and the Healthy Bourbon County Action Team and Bourbon County Economic Development. Thank you everybody for coming. Do we have any new faces?
I'll lead off, I guess.
I've got a visitor today.
Hi guys, my name's Callahan Grund. I'm from I work for the Kansas Department of Agriculture. Fellow alumni though of the college here in town. I grew up in Western Kansas and came to junior college here. Was on the livestock judging team and then transferred to K-State. But my last year I started at the Department of Agriculture, work on ag business development. So thanks for having me this morning.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Anybody else? Rhonda.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I want to introduce Kelly Stone to all of you. She's working for the city this summer in sort of an internship research role. She's already finding grants for us and things like that. So she lived in Fort Scott as a younger child. Her mom and stepdad still live here. And we are super glad to have her, and she's headed for a PhD in public policy and finance. And so we are super glad to have her here as a resource this summer.
No better place to see what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Any other new faces? Okay, any news, any dollars for the trolley?
Well, I'll keep talking and make it simple. I have some extra dollars today. Maybe I should give you two for someday I don't have one. So, I'm here on behalf of the Good Old Days, and we are the hosts next week of the Chamber Coffee. We'll be glad to see you then. But I want to encourage you once again. We have tickets available for the talent show on Thursday night, for the Good Old Chicken Dinner, and my sidekick Allie will do the good work here. The Good Old Chicken Dinner on Friday night. We have Restless Heart and an opening band called the Jared Daniels Band. He's from Sedan, Kansas, and is in Nashville now. And then we will have the baby contest and all the fun stuff. It's a different Good Old Days this year. Saturday night we'll have the Beach Boys tribute band still surfing. I'm getting decorations right now, so it's going to be a great time. We love that you all write those checks. You're super supportive of the Good Old Days, but what we need is to see you there. We need people to attend, encourage your employees. Let us know if you need a block of tickets for concerts, whatever you want to do. This is a different Good Old Days, and we look forward to everybody participating in it.
Where next week is it going to be?
It's planned to be on Scubitz Plaza. In the event, we can't have it there. I haven't asked yet, but we'll probably move to City Hall. So, great. And if I can answer any questions.
City Hall.
I figured as much, but anyway, great. We'll see you next week, and please get out and get some tickets and encourage your employees to come.
Any other announcements?
I have several from the American Legion. I just give you some money, keep talking until my breath change. Carl Gyres, American Legion Post Commander. The best news we've got this morning is that Fort Scott was awarded the American Legion's Midwinter Forum, which will be February 1st and 2nd in 2020. It'll be a two-day event plus a Friday night. We're expecting approximately 300 people, our Legionnaires, Auxiliary, and Sons of the American Legion to show up for the event. So it should be a really good event for Fort Scott. Myers working with Larry Gazaway to plan the event. But we just found that out this last weekend. The Legion is pushing unsafe driving acts, kills about 400 people every year in Kansas. They asked us to pass these out this weekend. I'm just going to pass a stack around both sides of the room. If you take one, if you have a break room, take several. Yeah, this is something the American Legion is doing for Kansas this year. Mara, do you have anything?
We're trying to form the Ladies Auxiliary, and tonight there will be another meeting. Anyone that is affiliated with a veteran, blood relative, stepchild, there are a lot of ways to get in for females in the Ladies Auxiliary. 6 o'clock tonight at Memorial Hall.
We were the best post in Kansas this last year as well, and that's one of the reasons we were able to snag the Midwinter Forum. So if you're a veteran, if you're able to join the Auxiliary or the Sons, please join us. We have a really good showing in February. Again, take one, take several. Those you don't take, mine, I'll be out tomorrow passing them out in traffic. So let's save make it safe for us.
Actually, Carl and I'll be happy to pay again.
No, he paid lots of dollars.
Okay, well, if the weather is bad this weekend with all the Memorial Day activities, turn to Memorial Hall. I've already planned ahead with the Navy Memorial dedication, as well as with the Legion's activities on Monday. If you look for it in the cemetery and you don't find it, please come to Memorial Hall.
Any other dollars for the trolley? Any other announcements? Okay.
I'll put my dollar in. Try not to talk too long, too.
Oh, sorry, I have his dollar. Sorry, I had it.
We'll give him two.
Okay, yeah. Here.
All right, I am here just to talk a little bit about a couple different projects at the Department of Ag, and you can keep these, use them for fire starters. I don't care either way, but I'll pass these around. I've got more in my bag if you would like them. So the first one I'm going to pass around is talking about a new project called the Strategic Growth Initiative that we're doing at the Department of Ag. So really what we're doing with the Strategic Growth Initiative is flipping business recruitment kind of on its head. You know, typically in the past we have a business come, we'd send out a request for proposal and just wait and see what we get back from the counties. This is really challenging counties like Bourbon County itself to really think strategically about what do we want to come into our county. So if you think about it, we don't want everything. We can't have cotton come plant here. Maybe rice with all the rain that we've had lately. But really thinking strategically about what we want to come here beforehand. So if we think strategically about, yes, I want to grow in this area, and specifically even within that sector of agriculture. So it kind of ties into our Agricultural Growth Summit, and I'll pass some of these around too, which we host every August. And we really break agriculture into 19 different sectors and talk about how we can grow each one of those sectors. So within the Strategic Growth Initiative, it's also broke out into those 19 sectors and really thinking strategically about what we want to come to Bourbon County. I went through and just printed off the first 6 pages of that packet. So what we're doing is gathering packets. It's kind of a pilot program right now in this first phase, putting together packets from each one of the counties, thinking about what we want to come there. And that way when we have a business come to us, we can go ahead and go, Bourbon County wants you, just as soon as that it is. If a dairy comes to us and wants to move, we could go to Bourbon County or anything like that, anything. So it's really thinking strategically about what you want. I'll be around to answer questions. Rachel has my contact information as well. So with that.
All right, well, thank you so much for bringing that to us. Any other updates or dollars for the trolley?
Jody.
Milady. I just want to remind everybody that we do any kind of gravel, driveways, waterproofing. There's been a little bit of water here lately. I mean, we got references too for people that have had water in their basements and their crawl spaces for years, to where we can divert all that water around your house, and we can actually dig the whole home out and waterproof the walls. We can push them back out. We can do all kinds of stuff. We do, everything from gravel to asphalt to concrete. So keep me in mind when all that's going down. If it ever rains.
Impeccable timing. Right.
I'll give Skitch a plug. I looked at a lot of basements over the years that leak, and generally the most common problem is the grade around a building, water ponding next to. So simply hauling dirt in is normally the answer, and having somebody like Skitch spread it for you. So I'm Frank Halsey. I'm here on behalf of Gun Park Trails. There's been a lot of activity.
Support Gun Park Trails.
There's been a lot of activity with scuba diving references. But I wanted to make the announcement. We have been selected for our race this summer, July 13th and 14th, the Marmonton Massacre Festival, weekend festival that we host, has been selected as the Kansas State Championship race as well. So that's pretty exciting. It just adds, particularly when people are requesting us to host it, it just some notoriety for us. So it is 13th and 14th of July. We think it will be dry by then, just in case we're getting scuba gear ready. And but we will need some help cleaning up, and I will be putting requests out there for assistance for cleanup over the next couple weeks, I hope. So thank you.
Might get those paddle boats out instead of
That's right.
paddling. Any other updates or dollars?
I have a
All
couple.
right.
Jody, I have a couple of announcements.
Okay.
I'm Lindsay with the Chamber,
And I'm going to give that to you for just a second. We have a couple things coming up. One, the Chamber organizes the Good Old Days Parade, which is next Friday night at 6 o'clock. So please get your entry in. The earlier the better. Helps us start putting the lineup together. The theme is a transportation theme, off the rails, particularly railroad. So encourage you to get your golf cart, float, walking unit, just get your employees out and come join the fun. And then the Chamber is hosting an effective leadership seminar on June 4th, Tuesday morning from 8 to noon. And there's early bird pricing through May 28th. So the information's on our website right when you open up the website, or you can click on the events tab and register online, or just give us a call. So again, that's Tuesday, June 4th, Bill Drury Seminars. He has been a top 400 leadership seminar presenter, and it was affiliated with Zig Ziglar, and we had him last year and back by popular demand. So I encourage you to register yourself or some of your team members. So that's all I have.
All right, we'll turn it then over to Niece.
Okay. Well, thanks everybody for coming. We're really glad you're here. We're glad we're here. We're going to have some tours if anybody wants to go see what we do here. If you haven't seen it before, if you want to see where we are now, there's not, sometimes we have stuff that's going strange places, or strange, not strange, but going to exotic places, going to Australia or Africa. Right now, all we have is one tank that's a 12,000 gallon tank that's headed to South America. But we have a lot of stuff that's being sent around the United States, and it's in all stages of assembly and manufacturing. So if you get a chance, we encourage you to go take a look. Our guys love to show what they do, and they're really proud of what they do, and they do a great job. And that's part of the pull of Fort Scott, is we got people here who are about every 2 weeks, Al Neese and I just get together and say, this crew up here in Kansas is just amazing people. He wanted to be here today. He's spending a lot of his time in North Carolina with NASCAR people these days, after having won the pickup race up in Kansas City a couple weeks ago. So we're really excited to be here. We're glad you all are here today, and we encourage you to take a tour if possible. If you get a chance, you can go look at the boom truck. We got the boom truck ready to take back to where we got it from, and we were going to put the boom up and put a flag on it, but we thought with the lightning maybe that wasn't a good idea. So I couldn't get any volunteers.
On behalf of the city, that's the boom truck that holds the big flag down on Scubits, and it's been this hideous, patchy yellow mess. And Niece was very kind to repaint it for us a nice, more patriotic and clean and nice white. And they did that to the city, for the city at no cost. And Pat, we really appreciate the support you give our city, even to the point of painting our boom truck. We really appreciate it.
I want to voice what Rhonda said. Niece is a very unique business that came to our town. They bought the previous business and bought it. But when I say unique, the owners invest not only in the employees' lives, but they invest in our community. Al Neese is the one that bought the Buffalo Grill, and he is making that into a convention center, and I think Pat's in that with him. So they like Fort Scott. If they can get their spouses to move here, they might even consider about coming, so we're working on that. But the employees like working here. They have worked with the city, economic development for plans in the future. We got to get more people in that want to weld, and the college is a big part of that, helping that get that way. But it's one of the businesses that, in my mind, are what makes Fort Scott and Bourbon County unique, is that they really they invest in our community besides just their business. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Good stuff.
I told this story before, so forgive me if you all have heard it. But when we first came up here, I had several people asking me, well, are you moving up here? And I'd say, well, no, I can't move up here. And they would say, well, why not? And I'd say, well, I have 5 grandkids in Austin, and I'm not moving. My wife is not moving from Austin. And I always get one of 3 responses. The single guys would always say, well, why not? And then guys who had children or grandchildren would say, would nod their head and say, yeah, well, I get that. And then women would all say, well, of course you're not moving.
Bring them all with you.
Hadn't thought of that.
Just bring 5 in.
Yeah. So anyway,
Do you guys have a drawing?
yeah, we do. We do.
Is everybody registered?
Anybody need to put their name in there? Okay. Kathy, you want to run it? If you would, that would be great. And then there's still a lot of food over there, I think, so I don't have to eat it all.
Okay. Scott, Tina Briggs? Yeah. Scott Briggs. How about that? Lucky day. There you go. We got a flash drive or a bug full of candy.
Oh, I'll take a flash drive. I don't need no candy. I give you $1, but on your note, you know, you guys know I'm down here, and we put our house up on the market there in Lawrence, and we are moving down here. So, you know, a resident of Fort Scottian in the next, month or so.
Great. Carl Jowers.
I had to get my marching orders.
This is a flash drive where there's some bug full of candy.
Definitely don't need the candy. Thank you.
Travis.
Oh my
Shelton.
gosh. What'd you get for signing us? Gina did it. Candy? Candy.
And Deb Needleman.
This is kind of a lucky area today.
Yes, yep.
All right, the next chamber coffee will be for Good Old Days at Scubas Plaza. If it gets rain, it'll be moved to City Hall. And I think right now we're going to be doing a tour, if anybody wants to join.
Anybody wants to. I think we'll do groups of 9 or 10 so we can make as many tours as we want. So we'll just need to get you a hard hat and safety glasses. So
Thanks for coming.
thanks, everybody.